Modern women have become completely undateable in 2025. And this is not something new because this has been changing over the past decade. Men are choosing to move away from women and opt out of dating. And this is not because men hate women. Not at all. Men want love. Men are looking for relationships. Very actively looking for relationships, actually. But modern dating has pushed women into patterns that have made them undateable, with unrealistic expectations, shopping lists of things that a man needs to meet, and on top of that, hypergamy, which means women being more selective about men. All of this makes it impossible for men to make real connection with women in this day and age. In this video, I want to talk about why women in 2025 and probably beyond are undateable. Across the entire dating landscape, men are pulling back. Men are deciding to go their own way. And men have tried. I see it in the comment section. So many men are just tired of trying with modern women. And when I ask men why, all of them tell me it's because women have become undateable. They have unrealistic and unreasonable standards of men that we simply cannot meet. So it's a lost game for men. And it's not because they think women are bad people. On the contrary, but men don't want the drama. Men don't want the tests. Men don't want to meet the whole shopping lists of things that this man needs to meet. And we cannot only blame women for this kind of behavior. It's a lot to do with social media and the whole dating app culture that have been growing and taking over the past decade. Because it's really in the last decade that we have seen this staggering change. Dating apps, social media, Instagram, TikTok influencers have all influenced, so they have, but in a negative way, the minds of young women who are being taught toxic paradigms and toxic ways of thinking that are completely unreasonable and unrealistic. Now, you guys like stats, so I got some stats again. A recent survey found that 80% of women, so the larger part of women, rated themselves above average in attractiveness, while only 20% of men get the attention on dating apps. That's odd. Now, this mismatch alone contributes to frustration, to dating fatigue, and men just giving up. Now, today I want to talk about two important points in what causes women to become undateable in 2025. And that is unrealistic expectations and hypergamy, which is supercharged by modern dating apps. But let's start with standards. Because, oh my God, don't women love standards? Setting boundaries and setting standards with men. And don't get me wrong, men are not upset that women have standards. Having standards is a good thing. But you got to make sure that they're good standards, that they're solid standards, that your standards actually make sense. I mean, everyone loves a partner who has preferences. So if you're with them, it doesn't feel like they just chose you because, well, you're the first one that kind of floated by. So I guess I'll have a relationship with you. That doesn't make anyone feel good. So it's good to have standards and preferences. And men want that in their women. Now, the real issue is that these standards, which oftentimes are non-standards that they got from some influencer on social media, are unrealistic and hugely inflated in modern dating. And because of this, the majority of men don't even get considered because of these unrealistic standards and unrealistic expectations that these women have picked up off of social media. I mean, I've spoken about this more often. The 666 rule. 6 feet tall, 6 figures, 6 inch. No, that was a different one. 6. What was the other 6 again? Sorry, now I got the 6 inch in my head. It's something else. 6 pack, that's it. So only a tiny fraction of men actually meet these standards. But these are not standards that you should look for in a partner. These are not values that you need to look for in a partner. The 666 rule doesn't make someone a good partner. A value or a standard that you can look for is how this person lives their life. How is this man with his friends, in his job? Does he educate himself? Because oftentimes these types of men that have high standards of themselves will earn high incomes. But on the other hand, they also expect from their partner to have high standards. So you cannot be lazy daisy off the streets and not work out and not work on your own life and career and education. Now, very few women realize this, and very few women take agency over their own dating struggles. They never ask themselves, hey, what do I bring to the table? Maybe I need to grow. Maybe I need to become a better partner. Maybe I need to heal my wounds. For some reason, this is not very common for women. And what do they do instead? They blame men for not being good enough. But honestly, look at yourself. Are you good enough for this 666 type of man? Probably not. I mean, I think many women who expect a man to have abs and muscles and look toned and fit don't even go to the gym themselves. So how can you expect that from a partner? And from a man's perspective, asking this of a man and not providing anything in return, not being a partner with high standards or high value of your own life, feels like a one-sided contract and just a raw deal. So these 10% of men, they will never date down to a woman who doesn't have high standards of herself, who doesn't hit the gym, who doesn't work on her career, who doesn't have her own life. When men have to prove themselves and women don't, that is a raw deal. That's unfair, right? You wouldn't be happy about that as a woman. Now, the next point is hypergamy. And we love talking about hypergamy. I think the dating apps have actually put hypergamy on steroids. Now, for those of you who do not know what hypergamy is what women do to select a mate. So what happens on dating apps is because they can easily shift around the stats for what their desired partner needs to look like, the height, the education, basically narrowing their dating pool to maybe 10 men. And this is the 10% of men that get all the women. Because sadly, there's not a lot of men that meet those standards. And with thousands upon thousands of options for women at their fingertips, women will start chasing that 10% of men because they're the top tier men. And women want those types of men. It's natural instinct. You as a woman only have one egg a month. So it's logical that you would choose the most fitting and the strongest and most desirable partner for your offspring, right? However, like I said, dating apps have actually put this on steroid. This is natural behavior for women, and you cannot really tell women to lower their standards and go against their nature. Of course not. I would want the best partner, the strongest partner, so I can guarantee that I have the best offspring, the strongest offspring. However, women don't realize that there's also a lot of good men in the lower 90%. And women don't realize that for many men, this means constant rejection, never having a chance to show who you are and what you're capable of and that you can be a good partner. And for women, this means competing with a lot of women because all the women go after the same percent of men. So those men can pick and choose whichever woman they want, which makes them a player, so women feel used. So either women feel unseen because she's ignored by this type of man because he doesn't find her attractive enough, or these women get used because he can get another girl the next night anyway. And for these men, can you blame them? These men will never commit because they have an endless amount of women that are interested in them. So this is why women are hurt and grow sour, because women feel like there's no good men left because all men that they date don't want to commit, are avoidant, use them, but they only look at the top 10%, and that is the problem. So we as women, as conscious women and conscious men, need to understand where we stand in dating and that we cannot blame the other party for their natural behavior because hypergamy is a natural, instinctual behavior of women that you want to select the best partner for your offspring. And for men, it's natural behavior to want to chase, to swipe on many women, as many as you can, to hope that one will respond or a few will respond. However, if you just say hi and nothing else comes from it, women are not interested. If you contact a woman via a dating app, make it count. This is your first impression. So show her that you're really interested and that you found something on her profile that you think would make you a good match. make an original comment. I don't care. Use ChatGPT. Do something, but don't make it just a hi. Because women get thousands upon thousands of these messages. The moment I install the dating app, my phone explodes. It's insane. Like, I close it and I open it the next day and I have 6,000 matches and messages, and it's just overwhelming. So if you just see someone who sends you a like, no message at all, or a very low effort hi, I don't have time to respond to that. But if you crack a joke, or you say, hey, I listened to an interesting podcast, I saw you're vegan, would you like to talk about that over coffee? Fantastic, that's a yes for me. But how can we fix this mess that we're in? How can we grow closer together again? How can we narrow the divide that we're experiencing right now? Because both men and women do want love. It shows in how hard we try. How many swipes you have given women on dating apps shows how much you care for love and how much you deeply want that. And for you ladies, how many men you try to set up a date with, or how many men of the 10% have not replied, shows that you really want connection and that you want a valuable, strong partner. And there's nothing wrong with that. But please, men, don't pull back, and women, don't pull back. Don't close your hearts. This is not the answer. Don't pull back from each other. I know it's tempting to just move away from men in general, and I know it's tempting to just be done with men overall, and I know it's tempting to move away from women for the rest of your life, but this is not the answer. The answer lies in taking self-agency. The answer lies in self-reflection. And ask yourself, ladies, are your standards keeping yourself from happiness? Are you bringing to the table the same effort that you expect from men? Because men deserve the same effort and the same standards and the same quality partner as that you require. Don't forget that. Men are humans too, and they have the same desires for a good partner, and they have the same standards or want a good partner just as much as you do. So become that partner for your partner. Become the partner that you want to be. And this is the same for men. If you feel that you're going after a certain type of woman that's out of your reach, that means that you have room to grow. And it's the same for you ladies. If you're looking for a high standard man who works on himself, who goes to the gym, who earns a certain amount of money, and you're not getting reply from these men, that means that you have room to grow. So take this opportunity to grow. Do some self-reflection, do meditation, do journaling. Really look inward and see where you have space to grow into that partner that you desire. Become that partner for someone else. And then you will see that you will start to attract these types of people. Because high standard people want high standard partners. And for men, choose self-respect. Don't let yourself be used by women. Don't wait around for women. If you don't get a response from women on dating apps, maybe you're not there right now. Maybe you're not the top 10%. But this also means that you have space to grow because you can also focus on self-reflection. See where you can improve yourself. How can you be the man that you desire to be? It doesn't mean that you have to have abs or have a 6-figure bank account. No, what is attractive is confidence. And confidence comes from self-respect. So learn to respect yourself. Don't let anyone dishonor you. Don't let anyone disrespect you. Stand firmly behind yourself and believe in yourself. Trust in yourself. Find the things that make you proud of yourself. And if you don't know them right now, journal about that. Figure out what the things are that make you unique, that make you attractive. Because someone who has something unique about them, who has a passion, who has a talent, who can talk about something for hours and is so educated on that is super attractive for women. And yes, go to the gym because you cannot deny that if you want a high value partner, and this is the same for women, I'm not just saying that for men, go to the gym, be healthy, take care of yourself, wear nice things that you feel good in, put effort in for yourself, not to impress someone else, but for yourself. Go to the gym to get up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror and you see yourself standing strong and tall. That is attractive. And you can look at yourself and be proud. And you're like, yeah, I'm never going to have anyone disrespect me because I respect myself. So be mindful of how you think. Be mindful of what you eat. Be mindful of how you treat your body because this goes outwards and this is how people will treat you. Now, the good news is that women are not doomed to stay undateable. So I hope that I don't have to make a 2026 version of this video. Because ladies, if you follow my advice and if you become conscious about how you might actually be jeopardizing your own dating life, this is where you can take the power back. You're stuck in a dating system that teaches you toxic paradigms and become aware of that because you're better than this. So to conclude the video, are women actually undateable in 2025? I think largely yes, but we need to understand and give women some understanding that this is because they're stuck in toxic paradigms and toxic thought patterns with toxic, unrealistic expectations that they pick up from online, from Instagram, and via dating apps. And also realize that women chasing the top 10% of men is a biological program because women want to find a top partner to have strong offspring. So if we have this understanding of one another, then we can meet each other in respect, understanding, and kindness. And I think this is where it all starts. And the silver lining is that the first step to change is awareness. So you guys watching this video is already the first step. You're taking action because you are becoming more conscious of understanding the other sex and understanding what is going on for them in the dating world. If men and women are brave enough to drop the entitlement and to take responsibility again for their growth and development and healing, that is when love can thrive again. And I truly, truly, truly believe that we can get there. Thank you so much for watching this video. It means a lot to me that you support my channel and my videos, and it really helps to get the message out there to a wider audience. Now, please give this video a like and leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because, like I said, it will help my channel grow and reach a broader audience so we can meet each other again in understanding and respect in healthy, balanced masculine and feminine polarity. If you want to support my work, I started writing a book. It's called The Shadow Side of Feminism, to which you will find the link in the pinned comment below, where you can sign up for free for my mailing list to keep up to date about the writing of my book and when it will be released. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I would suggest you check out this video next because I think it perfectly aligns with this topic, and it talks about why men have stopped dating in 2025. Thanks again for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Mwah!